What the fuck is up, losers? I just wanted to do a brief video on what the fuck is happening with Sematary on Gray Day. I had a buddy go to the first show in Birmingham, Alabama last night. I asked him how it went, and that motherfucker just sent me just a screenshot of a tweet from Sematary at midnight last night. Apparently he was backstage while the others were performing saying, "Fuck Alabama," because it did not go well for him at all. And I mean, I've been looking all over Reddit and Twitter and his IG to see what really happened, and there were countless Reddit posts explaining how it went. But before we get into this, I just want to say I got nothing but love for Sematary. I hope the rest of the tour goes well for him, truly. But at the same time, I don't necessarily think he was a good fit for Gray Day, and I will explain why. Now, from a marketing perspective, ignoring all the subtext of who the individuals are and what they represent, Gray Day lineup this year is fucking perfect. Bee's knees, Keen, the devil's tits. Basically every big name in the underground, if you can call it that. Alternative, rap, trap metal, dark trap, blah 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 scene. I wouldn't really call them underground because they're huge, but whatever. On paper that seems good, right? The Suicideboys, Ghostemane, and City Morgue probably got a lot of overlapping fans. If you draw like a Venn diagram of all three, they'd probably overlap quite a fucking bit. They most likely share a lot of fans. Ramirez makes sense too, man, because he's on G59. Freddie Dredd is also a solid choice. But when it comes to Sematary, I'm sure they have a lot of fan overlap. It's probably one-sided, meaning a lot of fans that like Sematary like Suicideboys, but a lot of fans that like Suicideboys probably don't like Sematary, if you know what I'm saying. But the problem begins when we look at how many of the Suicideboys and Ghostemane fans like Sematary. See, it started a few months back on TikTok when all the Suicideboys fans saw the set list and looked up Sematary and started clowning on him on social media. They did not get it. They did not understand it. They did not like it. They were not amused. And they were not at all interested in him. And at that point, I already knew fucking something bad was going to happen. It's just not a fucking good thing when all the TikTok girls start clowning on him. Which is fine. Not everyone has to like everything, right? But apparently, last night, the first step of Gray Day in Birmingham, Alabama, Sematary did not have a good show. Let's look at some of the reports from folks on the scene. This dude on Reddit said, "Crowd was honestly ass for every set. I tried to get the pits going the whole time, but motherfuckers just looked at me weird as hell. I really hate it, but I was trying to turn on for the fucking boys." To which someone else responded, "Dog, and the amount of autotune on Sematary, bro, which is something I heard from multiple sources. Apparently they had ridiculous amounts of autotune on Sematary for a set, and honestly, dude, that's fucking weird as fuck, because Sematary doesn't really use autotune noticeably in his normal tracks, so I don't know why they chose to put a bunch of fucking autotune on him, but, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I'm sure the fucking engineer will probably get better as they go, unless they just hire a different engineer for every town, but who knows? We'll see tonight. Tonight they're in Atlanta, so if you're going to the Atlanta show, please let me know in the comments what the fuck happens there. Another person on the G59 sub said, "I don't know what he expected. He's been getting shitted on by SB fans for months. The crowd obviously going to be dead. The same thing's probably going to happen for every show." And you know what? Unfortunately, I think that might be true, man. Suicideboys fans are not known for their good nature and temperament. It reminds me of the Gathering of the Juggalos, how the crowd would mostly boo all the performers because they just wanted to see ICP. Another person pointed out that Sematary was so auto-tuned, he sounded like Ice JJ Fish. And I'm telling you, if you don't know who that is, close this video, go look up Ice JJ Fish, because that is one of the meanest things I've ever heard anybody say about anyone. But at the same time, a lot of the other fans were taking to social media to call out the folks who were booing and throwing things at Sematary. There's one guy said, "Is it in your blood to be a real fucking assholes? What was that at Sematary said? You don't gotta turn up. You could just stand there. No need to boo, throw shit, and be disrespectful." And honestly, random Reddit user, I agree. There's a weird thing that seems to happen when a lot of people get together and they start acting like total fucking savages. I personally cannot imagine booing and throwing junk at someone. It's just not in my nature. I don't think it's in most people's nature either, but when you get like a big crowd together and they start feeding off of each other's energy, that's when bad shit starts to happen. Another person let me know on my Ghostemane video when I posted a couple weeks ago. Somebody commented saying they were there last night, and they said Sematary just kind of sucked. It would have been good had he actually rapped all of his words. Even Ramirez rocked the set because he actually rapped this set. Sematary just took off his shirt and flexed his tiny arms, which I get. Honestly, I have a pet peeve about that too. I've seen a lot of rap shows recently, and like fucking 75% of them don't actually perform. They just do like half the words. They basically just do the ad-libs for the song while the song plays in the background, and it's kind of lame. I gotta admit, that is lame. If you're gonna be charging fucking $200 for a ticket, the least you could do is actually do 90% of the words, not just fucking 10% of the words. The worst, I'm not gonna get into it, but the worst one was Kodak Black at fucking Rolling Loud. I love Kodak Black, but he fucking dropped the ball. Anyway, I just want to know, what do y'all think of this? Do you think Sematary deserved to get booed off stage? Did he put on a bad show? Do you guys think he's gonna end up doing the entire tour, or will he eventually get fed up and quit? I don't know, man. It seems like a great opportunity for him. I truly hope it starts going better for him as the tour progresses. I can't imagine how horrible it would be to have 20,000 people booing you. That would be, honestly, one of the worst fucking scenarios I could ever imagine. That would be like, literal, like, nightmare shit. Anyway, let me know what y'all think down below. Flick the like button. Lick the subscribe button. I'm Whitey Wish of Young Death, signing off.